Perfect. So, well, thank you so much for being here and speaking to us today. It's an absolute pleasure. I'm looking forward to seeing the film later on. How did the collaboration with the director, with Choi Dong-hoon, how did that start? Because I know you've already collaborated before.
Before I started working in film, I worked in the theatre for a very long time. And when I was playing in the theatre, the director Choi came and saw me in one of my plays. And he thought to himself, if I ever do become a director, I would definitely work with this actor. And eventually, for his first film, I was cast, albeit in a small role. But I was still there, and that's how I became involved.
And actually, going on from this question, how is the acting industry in Korea? Is there a set path on becoming an actor? Is it, or do you all start in theatre and then move on to film? How does it start?
There are various routes to becoming a film actor in Korea, and until the beginning of the 1990s, film and theatre were very separate. But in the beginning of the 90s, the sort of very big-name directors in Korea like Park Chan-wook, Kim Ji-woon began casting theatre actors in their massive big films, and I'm one of the examples of that. So yes, one of the routes is working in the theatre and then moving into acting in films. Or another route may be that you would study film or acting at university and then gradually progress. But for everyone, the ultimate rite of passage is getting the part after the auditions.
And in regards to your character in Thieves, was there any specific preparation that you had to do for it? What sort of training did you have to go through for the role? Were you asked to do something in particular to prepare?
있죠. 굉장히 중요한 게 있어요. 중국어. 영화를 보시면 아시겠지만.
Yes, one of the most important preparations for the character was learning Mandarin. Throughout the film, I'm speaking Korean and Mandarin throughout, quite fluidly, mixing them up at times. And I'm sure Chinese actors find learning Korean difficult, but equally Korean actors find learning Mandarin very difficult. And also, there's a significant bit of wire action in the film that I worked with director Choi in his previous film, Jeon Woo-chi, The Taoist Wizard. And I did a lot of training for that, so for this film, it wasn't that difficult. Additionally, another point is, I haven't starred in a lot of mellow films before, and in this film I have to fall in love with an extremely beautiful woman. So I had to do a lot of preparation for my heart and my soul, my emotionality, and really increase my focus and concentration to play this.
And I know that this film is huge in Korea. How has it changed or affected your career? Have you been getting more offers? Have you been approached by international casting directors or directors?
So, as you can imagine, this film, The Thieves, is becoming well known to the international stage. For example, via London, and it was also invited to the Toronto International Film Festival in Canada, where it was very well received. And so it's constantly in the process of being invited worldwide. The first time I was on the international stage was at the Cannes Film Festival with the films Chase and Yellow Sea, and I'm sure through the films I'll get a bit more exposure as well. And I think that generally is a trend. A lot of Korean actors will be invited not only to Hollywood but to other film industries as well. And so it's not necessary for me to learn just Mandarin, but I'd like to learn English and French as well.
Okay, last question actually. This is more of a general question, but I'm really interested to hear your point of view. Korean cinema has sort of seeped into the mainstream a few years ago, say 2005, 2006, with films like Tale of Two Sisters, with Old Boy, and The Good, the Bad and the Weird, and films like that. Has something happened to the industry in Korea to spark this boom, or do you think it's just that Western audiences are more receptive? In your opinion, what do you see as triggering that?
사실 한국 영화의 변화가 있었어요. 90년대 초에 굉장히
I think there definitely was a significant change within the Korean film industry beginning from the early 90s. A lot of new directors came onto the scene. They made their film debut in various different ways with various different methods, and started making films with their own unique film philosophy. And these are all the big usual directors that you're already aware of. and I think that really was a significant change that happened just before Korean film became really well known, and like you say, gone into the mainstream.
세계에서 한국 영화가 이제 알려지기 시작한 시기에 맞춰서 사실은 바로 직전부터 한국 영화가 어떤 변화들이 있었어요.
It's not like a financial investment all of a sudden.
Of course, the way producers approached filmmaking changed, and that's an aspect.
Thank you very much. I think we're done with this session. Brilliant. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. Thank you so much. I'm really looking forward to seeing the film tonight.
영화 너무 기대됩니다.
I'll be there.